Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about somebody that is realizing the truth of the situation after possibly overhearing someone else speak or saying how they truly feel and then witnessing the reaction from this person. This conversation frees them from feeling a sense of obligation or hope that things could be better. So this could be a falling out in a family. This could be a breakup, but it's like I look at you differently now based on this conversation. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a good day. Good morning, Aqua Beauty. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box for you, as is more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. Hello, Renata. How are you doing? All right, this is the situations deck. Let's see what else we've got for you. That was close. Did you see it? Try to escape. Oh, okay. So we have searching, online, looking for info, records, and desire, lust, and schmectral chemistry. Okay, so we have somebody who's been flirting online, perhaps. What else? And maybe they actually fell in love. There's an offer on the table. People are getting committed here, and there's a reaction to this. Okay, so maybe the conversation that is happening is the announcement of somebody's marriage or engagement. There's a commitment here that makes somebody upset. Bounty hunter, chaser, hot pursuit. Oh no. Okay. So there's a serious relationship that triggers someone who considers this person to be theirs. And it's like, oh, no, you don't. You can't get away from me that easily. So we could have an awkward conversation that happens because someone's a little bit possessive and they don't feel like you should just be going out and falling in love with other people. Hey, Key Controller, how are you doing? Hey, Carrie. Hello, May Marie. How are you doing? Thank you. Hello, James. What's up? What else do we have? King of Cups. Strength. Three of Wands in the reverse and the Four of Pentacles. So maybe this King of Cups, whoever I'm reading for, I believe would be that King of Cups. Doesn't matter what your gender is. This King of Cups is somebody who has achieved emotional maturity. This is someone who has become stronger and more comfortable with who they are and what they want, speaking up for themselves. So I do feel like it's a bit uncomfortable for someone who knows this King of Cups, that it has been so long since they've spoken, or that it seems like maybe they've been kind of released, or do you still want me kind of thing during a no contact, right? So there could have been multiple cycles that these two had embarked upon together. Hello, Ricardo. How are you doing today? Two of Cups. Page of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, I think someone's online looking up the social media account of their crush or their obsession, maybe even twin flame, and then realizing that this person is dating or looking to get married or moving in with someone. Three of Cups. There's somebody else here, and it upsets them because they thought this King of Cups was theirs. Eight of Swords in the reverse again. So if they had you under their little spell, you are no longer affected by it. The High Priestess. This is someone who is very secretive or elusive. You might have thought you knew them better than most, but you still didn't know that. The moon. I told you, they're secretive. Judgment in the reverse, 10 of Pentacles. They chose something else over you. Perhaps their family, perhaps their profession, perhaps a long-term relationship that had been, on hiatus. They chose something else and walked away from you. And they are now looking at that decision as a horrible choice because they can't really change it. I feel like there's something on the ground. What are you? Anyways, okay. This is the Morgan Greer. What else do we have? Hello, Maribel. How are you doing? Wow. 3 of Cups is clarified by the 3 Cups in the reverse. 8 of Swords in the reverse, clarified by the 4 of Cups. Yeah. So now they're feeling rejected because there's someone else in this King of Cups life. They've found this out after things have started to get pretty serious. And this individual, I think we should call them the High Priestess. This High Priestess is freaking out. I thought you would always come back to me. I thought that you would always want to see, if we could make things work. I thought I had more time to work on myself. And now I've realized that you've let me go. Now I can see that you don't miss me or you're okay with spending your life with somebody else. So they might be kind of pacing back and forth or maybe even struggling to sleep. We might see the 9 of Swords come out because they've heard that your relationship is getting serious with somebody else. Hey, Carla, how's it going? It's true. For some of you, this isn't happening right away. It could be happening in the next month or the next 3 weeks. But there is this concern that someone has because they feel like you and they are supposed to be together at some point. They just haven't been able to get their ish together. So then somebody else shows up and they're like, oh, looks like that person doesn't have their ish together. Good thing I do. They're like, you look like you're waiting for somebody who might know how to treat you right. And I think I could. There's this love interest, does not need to be a man. This King of Swords, Empress energy is someone who has masculine, feminine energy, very well balanced. They're able to, I think, very much so prioritize honesty and integrity, but also very compassionate. So this is someone who also comes through as the Strength card. We could have Leo in your chart or theirs, but this is more so saying we have 2 people who have overcome challenges and become stronger or more courageous as a result of those challenges. Hello, Fax. Oh, Fate, sorry. How are you doing? 10 of Cups in the reverse. And the 3 of Pentacles. So I've been focused on other projects or ventures or connections even. And now I realize that the one that got away is legitimately like never coming back. They found their happiness elsewhere. All right. This is the Energy Oracle. What else do we have, please? Hello, Sir Drums. How are you? It happens a lot. I might be a little bit of a workaholic, you guys. Financial constraints, door to personal healing and happiness. So financial obstacles were leveraged, not just, like something they were trying to deal with, but leveraged as a justification for their procrastination. I'm not going to hurry up. I'm not going to do right by this connection, or I'm not ready to live together. I'm not ready to talk about feelings. This person from your past who feels entitled to, well, assuming you're the King of Cups, this High Priestess feels entitled to the King of Cups, and they've had some financial things they've needed to deal with, but they haven't. They've just been kind of slow walking it because they feel like life is a little bit easier when they don't have to feel obligated. Hello, Mel. How are you doing? What else? The Garden and the Gate. So a little fear over leaving what has been in the past. A great love, even though it has been also disappointing or heartbreaking. So this King of Cups feels those emotions. They feel like at one time, they believed that this would be the love for the rest of their life. But after, secrets, lies, delays, when someone else comes around who's serious, the King of Cups is like, oh, well, can you blame me? This is the Love Oracle. Exhaustion, depletion, drained, and long journey. Clinging, holding on, obsessing, and spying. So we did have that searching online card. So, of course, they're going to look for information wherever they can, but maybe you also don't post that on social media, or maybe they see evidence of this on someone else's. But it feels to me like they've been looking for a while, and then all of a sudden they find out that you're in a relationship and it's serious. So you're happy with someone else and they missed it. They didn't figure it out in time. Elusive, dishonesty, deception, trickery. Longing, craving, aching, wanting, and only you. Devoted, attached, and crave. They promised that they would one day be devoted. They promised one day that things would be different, or that you could live together. Things would be serious. Maybe you go build a house. Maybe you start a family. But they always walked away or left question marks in terms of what was really going to happen between the two of you. So I guess they expected you to wait. Foundation, established, family, security, depth, awareness, importance, value, and peace. And then this gem of a human being shows up in your life. This person who is established or has, security in their life. There's an understanding or some, commonality that you have. They value you. They know how to read the situation or read the room. They know how to do right by you, in part because they have prioritized their own peace or harmony in their own life, right? They don't hang out with people who betray them and deal with those consequences. They've healed and improved upon their life as well. So it seems like you've met your match. Let's see. This is the Pause Tarot. No way. Hello, Heaven Sky. How are you doing? I do have playlists for astrological sign-based readings, but this would be just a general, and I don't think I'll do that today. Hello, Danielle. How are you doing? Aw, that's kind of you. We've got the Emperor in the reverse, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Six of Pentacles. Don't know what you got till it's gone. The High Priestess felt like they were always the one that got to choose when you were talking and when you weren't. Maybe they were the one to block. Maybe they were the one to stop responding. And then if they reached out, they could count on you to respond and be like, oh my gosh, yay, we're talking again. Because they wanted the opportunity to go as they please, come and go as they please, talk to other people if they wanted to. With the Six of Pentacles, this is like, I'll give you a little bit, but you can't have like all of me. I'll see you occasionally, but I don't want to be like committed. So there was this like rationing. You can have a little bit of time with me and then I'll disappear again. Temperance. And then one time they stayed away a little too long. One time maybe they were a little bit too frustrating with how they walked away. And you realized you were fine or even better off without this person because you didn't have to wonder, when are they coming back? Who are they talking to? Are they thinking about me? Shrug. Okay, that's a thing. It doesn't matter like it used to. Not to this King of Cups. Death in the reverse. Two of Swords in the reverse and the Four of Pentacles again. Yeah. They wanted to be able to hold on to you without ever really offering you something of substance. They have not changed or grown up the way that you have. And now it's shifting. They were the one that would hold back their energy from you or decide when to come back and say hi. And now either you've blocked them or you've changed your phone number. You are making it clear that you're not interested, or you already have made it clear. Hey Grant, how are you doing? The ladder. That's awesome, Laura. Oh, yes. Thank you for the reminder. I got you. Super. All right. Ace of Swords and the Sun in the reverse with Eight of Swords. The truth hits them like a gut punch. They felt like they were still in control. And they see this information. Maybe it's just like a relationship status change, you know? Maybe it's somebody new that you're following who's commenting on all your pictures. But now they're the one who's in that Eight of Swords, and they thought that you were in the Eight of Swords. They thought they had you all trapped and like waiting for them. But the truth is, you flew the coop. You escaped. As I said that, what flashed through my mind was the episode of I Love Lucy with, shoot, who's the Tennessee cousin dude? Ernie? I think it's Ernie. And they get arrested and put in like this small town jail and improvise a way to get out of there. You improvise a way to get out of this feeling of being stuck. So either you blocked them, you realized that they were never going to change, or you realized that they were always going to be secretive or elusive. That was the High Priestess, by the way. In the reverse, because this person isn't keeping secrets because there's a fun surprise party. You know, like if you're going to keep secrets, I get it. There are times where that's necessary. But this was more so they wanted the control to make the decision. Okay, we're talking now. Okay, we're not. Okay, we're talking now. Okay, we're not. I'm sorry. You're not a hairdryer. You don't have an on and off switch button. Like, I don't know. Like, now they're realizing you're following your intuition. You're fine without them. You were quite independent, and I feel like there was a couple of people that were interested in you, and it's difficult for them to see that you don't seem to be questioning when they're going to call. You don't seem to be hoping to see them again. You may have actually let them go. King of Starships, there you are again. That would be the King of Cups. And the Ten of Swords, yeah, you called it quits. Whether you told it to them or not, whether you blocked them or not, they know you're done. And it's because of social media somehow. This is starting to feel like, for many of you, this could be a twin flame dynamic, but for others of you, this is just the codependent energy, where I'm not ready for something serious, but I like the idea of always being able to like call you if I want, you know? You're not on call. So 4 of Pentacles or 4 of Latinum in the reverse, the 2 of Cloaks or the 2 of Wands in the reverse, and the Page of Starships, which is the Page of Cups. So they're going to really make an offer. Oh, they're sad because you've chosen a different path. This person cry? I mean, I think everyone does to some extent, but this is someone who's faking that they are happy and nothing is wrong around their close friends or family. They don't want anyone to know that their heart is in a grinder right now. Blender. Blender. Is that the song? E6? This is like, I feel like I've lost the best thing that happened in my life, and I feel like no one around me would understand, so I can't tell them how upset I am. I have to deal with this deep sense of loss and regret with like a fake smile on my face. Because now I know that person that I thought was mine, the person that I considered to be my soulmate, has fallen in love with somebody else. Because they stayed away for too long, apparently. All right, this is Gamer's Ways. Hey, Matt. Yes, there you go. That's it. So it's Limp Bizkit? Was it really? Oh my gosh, I feel so lame for not remembering that. All right, what else do we have? Crafting and locked door. To take an idea and make it reality, there is special magic in bringing life to our creations. Pure passion only benefits when we act on it, and you are taking the initiative to get this off the ground. So you didn't want to remain stuck and waiting for this person. You realized that it was like sitting in a parking lot with your car running. Okay, I'm weird. I pay attention to miles per gallon. Like it shows me on my car, so I pay close attention to it, okay? And if you sit there with your car on, especially if you're using like AC or something, that miles per gallon gets like slaughtered. And I hate that because I work to get that to a good number, right? This is somebody that's realizing I worked really like consistently to be available or approachable or like shoot lovable, right? And this person seems to think that they can just like come on through whenever they feel like it, but they can't. So you've developed or started building a new life for yourself. Maybe initially it was just, I'm going to focus on projects, or I'm going to focus on my work, or I'm going to focus on my family connections or my friends. And then as you work on yourself more, you become this Empress energy. Doesn't matter what your gender is, but it enables you to almost like send out a little bit of a beacon to people that you know who you are and you love yourself. So what had previously been like kind of locked down, you didn't want anybody to get access to your heart. The more you love yourself, the more you focus on your independence, the easier it is for you to kind of warm up to the idea of being with somebody else. Or that's what happened already because this person's finding out you're in a relationship. Your party has come upon a mysterious locked door. What do you think? You could risk you could risk your last lockpick or see if there's another way around. Free will can be so hard sometimes. Listen for the little voice. So do I wait around for this person who is unreliable and inconsistent, or do I entertain someone else? Well, I think we know what happened because this, what was I calling you? Emperor in the reverse is not happy because you are happy with someone else. Third person. Okay. It goes without saying that the nice thing about having camera control is the ability to change your perspective and see things differently. It is recommended that you explore all modes of perception available to you to progress. Why stay stuck when you could keep it moving? If this person is not going to be themselves, is not going to have integrity or be respectful of you, then why hold space for them? They don't deserve it. They just don't. This is the character oracle. It's true. Hello, Tina. How are you doing? Hello, Little Roch. How are you? All right. So we have friend, keeper of trust, companion, support, sharing joy, revolutionist. So this King of Cups, they have a friend who encouraged them to change. Someone who said you deserve better. You've been tolerating this person who, just shows up whenever they feel like it with no regard to how you're feeling. Maybe it's time for you to date someone. Maybe they even set you up on a blind date. But there's someone here who is like, you deserve loyalty and a better romantic partner. Blacksmith, forge, melting, shaping, and tempering. So this blacksmith card makes me feel like it is somebody who thought this would be a perfect partner for my friend. I'm going to tell them that. I think there's something about being set up. For somebody, this could be a person who's no longer with us. And they just wanted to make sure you cross paths with your dream lover. Sorry, that was really bad. Then you have ascetic, soldier, and singer. Seeker of self-restraint, abstinence, purification, and discipline. Guardian of nations, loyalty, honor, integrity, selfless service. And resonance, moving hearts, harmony, emotion, and performance. So maybe you watch some sort of music performance, or maybe you both enjoy the same band. But we have an individual who fights on behalf of others, has that integrity, and is probably not a big dater. So whoever this King of Cups is getting into a relationship with, I do feel like they've been very selective with their time and energy and probably have not been in a relationship for a while. Hey, Matt, you gotta like it though, right? It's funny. I have to imagine that happens for a few people. Hello, Rachel. I think we have several Matts, Stevens, and James. Is James that says? All right, this is the Kipper. What else do we have? Yep. All right, what else do we have? Sudden wealth, adjudication, and mature man. So this King of Cups has matured emotionally. They know they need to make a different choice, which is why they have walked away from the love from their past, because they feel like they've struck it rich or they've hit the lottery with this person, somebody who is kind and generous, someone who they can count on, someone who doesn't like run away or keep secrets. So they don't really want to trade that for the elusive individual, right? All right, I'm going to leave it there, and I hope to see you all on the next reading. Toodles!